Welcome to the third and last video recap of the Nürburgring Drift Cup 2025 season. Weather was cold, but the action was quite hot, so let's take a look.
We're good. I've come over here to have some fun, and also to support Archie, who can win the championship. I missed the last round, so I'm nowhere near in the championship. So for me, a bit of fun, bit of seat time. I love being here. It's a great organisation. Everyone's really cool. So obviously, I'd like to go well. I am competitive. The last two events I've won, so if I could win this weekend, it would be 3 in a row.
We need to stay consistent. We're in the lead of the championship, so I just need to keep my head on me, make sure we don't make any silly mistakes, get out there, get a good qualifying and the rest of that kind of good stuff. But yeah, it's definitely a bit of a more nervous weekend for me coming in, being first in the points, so everyone's going to be gunning for me, but just got to keep my head in the game and do what I know I can do.
Alors je suis 4e au général, alors mon but ça serait de pouvoir monter sur la 3e place au général. Alors oui, on a du niveau dans la catégorie, on a même un pilote lituanien là avec une belle M2 2000 chevaux et les autres concurrents sont tout aussi bons, donc oui, ça va être difficile.
I think as always pro, especially here, is very competitive. There's guys from all over the world, so yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. The field, we know the field, we've driven with those guys the whole year, so we know they can do it, we can do it. It's going to be fun battles.
Aktuell auf Platz 2 in der Meisterschaft. Natürlich versuchen, die Meisterschaft zu holen. So geht es, glaube ich, den ersten 5, die noch eine Chance darauf haben. Eigentlich fahre ich sehr gerne im Regen. Allerdings ist die Strecke auch mit dem Layout im Nassen immer sehr schwierig, sehr tricky zu fahren. Ich würde lieber trocken fahren tatsächlich, aber wir machen das Beste draus.
We're just going to go have fun and enjoy, time with friends and the family. Obviously, if we win the championship, happy days. If we don't, we're here to have fun and we've really enjoyed this year. It's our first ever year of competition. Didn't really expect to come to the last round winning, if I'm honest. So yeah, just over the moon to really be here, if I'm honest, because it was a childhood dream to sort of drift at a pro level, and now we're here. So as far as I'm concerned, the year has been very successful, whether we win today or lose the championship today. So we're here to have a good time, and that's it.
Let's take a look at the qualification highlights of the club class. Saturday afternoon, and it started to rain mid-session, so really tricky weather conditions for the club class. Third place qualifier once again with a run of 85 points. Charles Olivier in his JZX 100 Toyota Chaser enters really smooth and fast into Michael Schumacher S, takes a lot of speed with him, smooth in the transition, and now he enters the braking zone. Throws in some huge angle and on the outside line as the judges wanted it to see. Smooth in the last transition and nicely over the mountaintop. Charles Olivier, third place qualifier, 85 points. Also with a run of 85 points, Janis Sponer in his BMW E36 V8. As you can see, also windscreen wipers are on, but the track was a little bit drier than the run we have seen before. He goes wide into Little Monaco, takes a really wide line, smooth in the transition as we are used to see from Janis Sponer. Second place, 85 points as well. First place qualifier once again from the UK in his Auto Finesse BMW E36 Turbo, Jack Gregory. He uses the slippery curb to enter into Michael Schumacher S, throws in some huge angle but keeps on drifting. Gets the momentum into Little Monaco in the braking zone, throws him some huge angle once again. Goes way to the outside, almost a wall tap here at the guardrails, and the last transition, nice job by Jack Gregory as he tops qualifying also in the third round. Let's get into the battle action. Grade 8 of the club class. First one is our new champion Jack Gregory in his Auto Finesse BMW E36 against the Twinbush Toyota Chaser of Jan Mering. So 1 JC power under the bonnet of the Toyota against the 2.5 liter turbo car of Jack Gregory. Jack Gregory comes hot into Michael Schumacher S, goes onto the inside curb a little bit, upsets the car in a slightly way, but keeps on drifting and outpowers Jan Mering and smokes the place out in his turbo-powered BMW. So now they switch positions and Jack Gregory is in the hunt of the back of the Toyota of Jan Mering. So he initiates earlier than Jan Mering, and you can see here in the onboard Jan Mering has some understeering issues in his car. Somehow keeps it drifting but has to take the emergency exit into Little Monaco. So slightly easy win for Jack Gregory, and he has some celebrations in the car because he's our new champion already. So party time in his E36. Congratulations to Jack Gregory, advancing on in the top 4. Next battle is Kevin Siegrist against Cedric Loix. We have the 2 JC powered 700 horsepower car of Kevin Siegrist against the 1 Series 3 liter diesel. Yeah, you heard it right, of Cedric Loix. So Kevin Siegrist outpowers Cedric Loix up to Michael Schumacher S, initiates nice and smokes out the place, gaps Cedric Loix in a huge way, so enters a real nice angle, but then has to clutch kick and power up the mountain, so he loses a little bit of momentum because of the huge angle he threw in, but Cedric Loix with no chance in this chase run because of the power. So now they switch positions and Kevin Siegrist leaves the gap out of the Goodyear corner, and now he accelerates up the mountain and closes the gap. Cedric Loix with a nice line. Kevin Siegrist chases him down and closes the gap, and now he's coming for the attack into our slow section here, and Kevin Siegrist makes a huge mistake, almost hits the guardrail here. So big mistake, and Cedric Loix gets the win. Next battle we have Janis Spohne against Loic Merkelen. Janis Spohne V8 E36 against Merkelen with his M3 powered BMW E36 as well. So Janis Spohne in the white BMW in the lead first. Nice flick entry into Michael Schumacher S. Good line, as we are used to see from Janis Spohne. Nice transitions. Merkelen with problems, staying close to Janis Spohne, but Janis Spohne goes too wide, has to stop, almost stop drifting here. Ooh, huge mistake by Janis Spohne, and this upsetted the drift of Loic Merkelen. So let's see what the second part of the battle brings. So Loic Merkelen now in the lead, Janis Spohne in the chase. Loic Merkelen does a handbrake initiation into Michael Schumacher S. Nice line, takes the inside curb a little bit, smooth in the transition. Nice line also, doesn't go too wide on the outside, and now accelerates up the mountain. Last transition over the mountaintop. Nice job by Loic Merkelen, and he gets the win because of the huge mistake of Janis Spohne. Next top 8 battle we have Charles Aurichier, our third place qualifier, against Gabi Bernard in his old school BMW E30 with a E36 M3 engine under the bonnet. So Charles Aurichier in the lead, powers out the 2 JZ engine under his bonnet and smokes out the place. Fast through Michael Schumacher S, breaks it down into Little Monaco, but makes a mistake. Charles Aurichier stopped drifting, makes a huge mistake. That's not often seen by Charles Aurichier. So now Gabi Bernard with a big advantage in the lead. Charles Aurichier has to chase him down. So Gabi Bernard, slightly little e-brake pull, and Charles Aurichier with a huge understeering into Michael Schumacher S. So Gabi Bernard enters smoothly into Little Monaco, opens the door for a good chase of Charles Aurichier, but Charles Aurichier made a big mistake also in the chase, and Gabi Bernard gets the win and advances on into the top 4. So first semi-finale here again, Jack Gregory against Cedric Loix. So once again the Auto Finesse BMW E36 Turbo against the 1 Series Diesel. Jack Gregory floors it like crazy, flick entry into Michael Schumacher S once again over the inside curb, which sets up the car a little bit. But Jack Gregory throws in a heater. Cedric Loix has no chance to keep up with the young British drifter here and gets escaped in a huge way. So Cedric Loix with a huge problem, and the problem is called Jack Gregory, which is now in the chase of the 1 Series Diesel, and Jack is known for his aggressive chasing. As you can see, almost at the rear bumper at the initiation point, has to correct a little bit into the transition out of Michael Schumacher S, but now he's aggressive on the side of Cedric Loix and pushes him into Lille Monaco. So Jack Gregory aggressive in the chase. As you can see here, he pushes Cedric Loix over the mountaintop and over the finish line. Jack Gregory advances to the final once again. Next semi-finale, Loic Merklin against Gabi Bernard. So French duel here in the second semi-finale. Loic Merklin in the lead. Both cars with the same engine under the bonnet, so both cars with a 3-liter inline 6, 286 horsepower, and Loic Merklin outpowers Gabi Bernard, who has problems with this car and shuts it down. So Loic Merklin with a smooth and consistent drift into our guide rail zone called Lille Monaco and smooth over the mountain and over the finish line, and Loic Merklin with a huge advantage against Gabi Bernard. Gabi Bernard now in the lead. Loic Merklin has to chase him down. So Gabi has to throw in a real heater right now to offset Loic Merklin and try to force him into a mistake, but Loic Merklin does it clever, stays a little bit away of Gabi Bernard, takes a look what Gabi is doing and keeps on drifting, and now he has to do the last corner and over the finish line. Loic Merklin with a good performance and into the finale. So battle for third place. We have Cedric Loix in this diesel-powered car against Gabi Bernard with the M3 engine. Both cars almost on the same level of power. Torque-wise, it's a different story because the diesel has a lot of torque, but only around 1500 rounds per minute to use. So not that easy to drift, but nicely done by Cedric Loix. Throws in a good lead line. Gabi Bernard copies it quite nice, but it's not too close. But over the finish line, he is aggressive. Gabi Bernard puts on some pressure to Cedric Loix. So now they switch positions. Gabi Bernard in the lead and Cedric Loix in the chase. Gabi Bernard with a handbrake pull as usual into Lille Monaco, and Cedric Loix really aggressive. Puts on some pressure to Gabi Bernard now into Lille Monaco. He is almost on the side of the E30, now leaves some room for the last transition. Now he pushes him over the finish line, and Gabi Bernard spins out on the last few meters of the drift track. So huge mistake and a real well-deserved win for Cedric Loix, who gets third place finish here at the Nürburgring Drift Cup third round. So now it's time for the finale. Jack Gregory against Loic Merklin. Jack Gregory, 1 win and 1 second place already here in our 2025 season. Now he wants 1 win again. So he throws in a huge aggressive initiation into Michael Schumacher S, smokes out Loic Merklin because he has way over 100 horsepower more in his car. So Jack Gregory with a heater of a lead, and Loic Merklin with a slightly mistake at the entrance of Lille Monaco, and Jack Gregory with a beautiful lead line over the finish line. So advantage for Jack Gregory, who's now going to chase down Loic Merklin. And Jack Gregory wants the trophy for the best chase run as well. Initiates way earlier, and Loic Merklin has to shut down his car. So now Jack Gregory knows that he won this battle. So celebration drifts for Jack Gregory as he throws the car into Lille Monaco once again. Lot of smoke. Jack Gregory, your winner of the third round of the Nürburgring Drift Cup in the club class.
I went into today with no pressure and I just drove for fun. And when I drive for fun, that's usually when I drive best, which as you probably saw today, everything was pretty much A-line the whole way. So I'm happy with what we've done today. But it's an amazing feeling. We came here, you know, complete rookies to competition. We've done a couple little fun days in Scotland, but nothing serious. A lot of people told me for many years to come do competition. I've always just been like, nah, we'll be okay. And, well, champion, baby.
So the final championship standings of the Club Class 2025. Third place and strong finish Cedric Loix. Second place Janis Spohner. And your new 2025 Club Class champion Jack Gregory. Pro Class qualifying highlights. Strong third place Elio Suras in his E30 BMW 2J under the bonnet with a strong score of 92 points. Nice and smooth initiation on this wet surface, and now you see the smoke pouring up, so sketchy and patchy conditions for Elio Suras, who manages a nice and consistent line wide open into the Little Monaco wall tap here at our guardrails. And then the final corner beautifully executed by Elio Suras, third place, 92 points. Second place in his brand new BMW M2, Andrius Vasiliauskas with a strong score of 93 points. Beautiful car, nice line here. Executes the transition really well, takes a lot of momentum with him. Smooth and nice into Little Monaco, our uphill section here. Last transition, lots of angle. Andrius Vasiliauskas, second place qualifier. And first, Archie the Hammer in his Auto Finesse BMW E36 Turbo 750 horsepower, and he fires in like crazy. Archie puts the hammer down, 95 points as you can see here. Fast, huge angle, now throws almost a backwards entry into our guide rail section here. Archie Hammer, now the final transition over the mountaintop. Nice line, beautifully done. First place qualifier, Archie Hammer. Top 8 battles now. We have our two young wild guns here. Archie Hammer against Röne Svaneburg. Archie Hammer in the white and teal BMW against the 2JC rocket ship of Röne Svaneburg. Both cars the same power output in the drivetrain. Archie Hammer fires in a heater of a lead run. Röne Svaneburg aggressive in the chase. Gets Archie Hammer a hard time here in this battle. Archie Hammer really nice lead run, and Röne Svaneburg aggressive in the chase, gets close to the door of Archie Hammer. As you can see, he's celebrating in the car. He knew this was a real good run. So now Röne Svaneburg in the lead, Archie Hammer in the chase, our championship leader at the moment. So Archie Hammer is aggressive in the chase, close to Röne Svaneburg. As you can see now here, he's really at the door of Röne at the entrance of Little Monaco, pushes the young Dutch driver all over the mountaintop here. Last corner, Archie Hammer gets the win over Röne Svaneburg. Next one, Tim Weiner against François Garcia. Tim Weiner in his GD86 1JC under the bonnet, and François Garcia with the inline 6 turbo BMW E92. So the German driver is known for his smooth and consistent lines. As you can see here, nice entry into Michael Schumacher S. Good line, nice transition, takes a lot of momentum with him. A huge angle from Weiner, but has to take the emergency exit, shuts it down. Huge mistake by Tim Weiner, and a big advantage for François Garcia. So now Garcia in the lead, Tim Weiner has to chase him down. Garcia, nice and smooth initiation into Michael Schumacher S. Weiner tries to be aggressive, Garcia with a slightly and small mistake, but keeps on drifting. Now he enters Little Monaco and the last corner. So no problems here, Garcia with a consistent drift and gets the win over Tim Weiner. Next one, Andrius Vasiliauskas against Dylan Mouchenot, the 2024 Club Class champion. So the over 1000 horsepower strong BMW M2 against the wild French young driver here. Vasiliauskas with a huge flick entry, fires in his M2, and Dylan Mouchenot has some problems staying close with Vasiliauskas. The car gripped up to the max, as you can see here, almost freewheeling into Lille Monaco. But Mouchenot stays close somehow. Nice job by Dylan Mouchenot, but a heater of a lead run of Andrius Vasiliauskas. As you can see here, lighting up the rear tires at the acceleration, slightly pulling the e-brake for the entrance of Michael Schumacher S, and Vasiliauskas is there. Dives through the smoke, nice transition, puts the pressure on Mouchenot and pushes him over the edge. No contact here, huge mistake by Dylan Mouchenot, and Andrius Vasiliauskas gets the win. So next battle, Elio Suras against Denis Ritzmann. Two BMW E30s, but the drivetrain is completely different. So we have a 2JZ under the bonnet of the French driver and a V8 under the hood of the German lady. So Elio Suras with a big mistake in Michael Schumacher S has to correct his line. Denis Ritzmann takes a good look of the lead line of Elio Suras, not too close, but in the reach. So clever driving by Denis Ritzmann, and she has a slightly advantage because of the big mistake of Elio Suras, who is now chasing the young German lady up the hill towards Michael Schumacher S. Aggressive initiation, but Denis Ritzmann, good consistent line through Michael Schumacher S. And now smooth in the braking zone into Lille Monaco. Takes the white line, opens the door for Elio Suras. He puts some pressure on the door of Denis Ritzmann, but makes a mistake at the end of the track. So the win goes to Denis Ritzmann. Next battle we have Archie Hammer against François Garcia. So the first semi-finale, Archie Hammer in his Auto Finesse BMW against the E92 of François Garcia. Archie puts the hammer down, outpowers François Garcia because he has almost 300 horsepower more, smokes the track like crazy. Archie Hammer leaves François Garcia without any chance of getting close and even in the near of his door. So Archie Hammer with a nice lead run. François Garcia problems getting close to Archie Hammer, so big advantage for Archie Hammer, who's now chasing down François Garcia. And you can see he is at the back bumper of François Garcia. Aggressive in the chase, Archie Hammer puts on the pressure to the French driver in his BMW E92. So now in the braking zone, he's almost at the door of François Garcia. Archie Hammer fires through, smooth transition, almost takes the back bumper of François Garcia off and pushes him over the mountaintop. Archie Hammer gets the win and advances on into the final. So the next semi-finale is Andrius Vasiliauskas against Denis Ritzmann. So the former Drift Masters driver against the two-time European championess Denis Ritzmann. So power-wise, of course, Andrius Vasiliauskas with 400 horsepower more than Denis Ritzmann, 1000 horsepower. He puts on a heater of a lead run, fires the brand new built M2 into our drift track and smokes out the place like crazy. So Denis Ritzmann without any chance, but she copies the line quite well, but isn't even close to Andrius Vasiliauskas, who is now chasing down Denis Ritzmann. And you can see he leaves a little bit of a gap because he has the faster car, and now he puts on the pressure. He gets closer and closer to Denis Ritzmann, now into the braking zone. He is almost at the back bumper of Denis Ritzmann. She takes the wide line, opens the door for Andrius Vasiliauskas, and now he pushes her over the mountain and over the finish line. Andrius Vasiliauskas advances to the final. So, battle for third place. We have François Garcia, the young French driver, against Denys Ritzmann. So Denys Ritzmann in the lead, François Garcia in the chase, and Denys Ritzmann hammers it down, 800 Newton meters of torque, tearing up the rear tires. François Garcia with a huge mistake in the chase, almost shuts the drift down. Denys Ritzmann with a nice and consistent lead line, and now she is into the last section, last transition, and over the finish line. Denys Ritzmann with a big advantage because of the mistake of François Garcia. And François Garcia has problems with the car, has to shut it down, his clutch is gone. So, celebration lap. Denys Ritzmann takes third place in the final round of the Nürburgring Drift Cup 2025. And the young lady is quite happy, as you can see, smokes out the place in her BMW E30 V8. So now it's time for the finale. We have Archie Hammer against Andrius Vasiliauskas. So two really aggressive chase drivers, and you can see Vasiliauskas wants to know who's the best on this sunny Sunday afternoon. Puts the heat on Archie Hammer, flick entry of the UK driver in his BMW turbo-powered 750 horsepower, but Vasiliauskas can't be shaken down. He's aggressive, he's at the door of Archie Hammer, puts the pressure on the young British driver and now pushes him over the finish line. Great chase run by Andrius Vasiliauskas. But also a really good lead line of Archie Hammer. So now Archie has to give Andrius Vasiliauskas a heater of a chase run. Andrius Vasiliauskas, huge flick once again into Michael Schumacher, as he is fast, but Archie Hammer is there. He puts the pressure on Vasiliauskas. Vasiliauskas now with a huge angle into Lil Monaco, and he spins. Andrius Vasiliauskas spins out. There's contact. Archie Hammer had no room, and Archie gets the win. What a finale here at the last round of Nürburgring Drift Cup, and Archie Hammer celebrates in style. Huge win for our new Nürburgring Drift Cup 2025 Pro Class champion. And Andrius Vasiliauskas also a really good run, second place in his new build BMW M2 Carbon Kevlar body kit. So these are the final standings of the third round.
Mate, I'm over the moon. It's the first ever championship we've got. To do it in Germany on such an infamous track, honestly, I'm lost for words. I haven't got many words, but can't thank my team, everyone that's been there, my partners and everyone that's got me this far. Honestly, I wouldn't be anywhere without them. My dad for building the cars, Ryan Milan for doing everything. If I was here, saying thank you for everything, Matt, I've got so many people I can thank. Thank you everyone for doing this. It means the world.
These are the final championship standings of the Pro Class. Third place, Röne Svaneburg. Second place, Denys Ritzmann, and our new champion, Archie the Hammer Hammer, Pro Class champion of the 2025 season. So we see us next year. We have 3 rounds. Take a look at our social media channels for the dates for the 2026 season.